Hello everyone, welcome back to TalkReady. My name is Teacher Bailey, and today we're going to learn some vocabulary to help us talk about our work. This is a very common topic of conversation, so I want to give you all some tools to help you in your English conversations. So the first word we're going to learn is commute. Can you say this word? Commute. What does this mean? Have you heard this before? Commute means the travel time going to and coming home from work. So an example of a sentence with commute would be, my commute is so long. My commute is over an hour. I have a really short commute. It's great. My commute is 0 because I work from home. The next word or phrase we'll learn is time off. Time off. Have you heard of this before? Time off means time when you're not working. Time that you take off from work. When you're sick, we call it something different. We call it sick leave. Can you say that? Sick leave. This means when you're off of work because you're sick. There's also something called PTO. This stands for paid time off. So some companies will offer you time you can take off for a vacation where you're still paid. This is called PTO. So an example of this in a sentence would be, I'm going to take 3 days of my PTO next week. Some more phrases that can help us talk about work are on the clock and off the clock. These sound kind of weird, right? On the clock just means when you're working, when you have clocked in, which means turned on the clock that times how much you're working. Off the clock means that clock is no longer running. You're not being paid because you're not working. So some examples of this would be, I'm not doing this work right now because I'm off the clock. Or I'll get that done when I'm back on the clock tomorrow. We can also say, I clock in at 3 o'clock. Or I clock out at 4 o'clock. Another word that can help us talk about work is career. Have you heard this word? Career. This means the long path of your job or jobs. The ultimate goal you have for your jobs. So right now you can say, my job is working at a restaurant, but my career goal is to be a teacher. Or maybe your career is working at restaurants. The difference between job and career is that a job is just one job you have, whereas the career is the whole process of jobs that you have for a long period of time. So my career may be teaching, and my job is teacher. I hope that makes sense. An example of this in a sentence would be, my career dreams are to be a teacher. This can be helpful when talking about education as well. So you can say, I'm studying English because I want to have a career as a teacher. Another word that's useful is unemployed. This is a nice word you can use to say you're not working right now. You don't have a job. You're unemployed because employed means working. So un means not working. Unemployed, not working. There's also something called job security. This means how likely are you to be able to keep that job? So you can say, I'm looking for a job with good job security. And that means I'm looking for a job that probably won't result in a layoff. That's another word we can talk about. Layoff is when a job, it's not firing. Firing means you can no longer work there and they tell you that. Layoff is similar, except firing is for you having done something wrong usually, whereas a layoff is just the company doesn't have the money to pay you anymore. So you can say, I got laid off from my job last week. Hopefully you'll never have to say that, but it's good vocabulary to know anyway. Those were some words that can help us talk about our work, our careers, our employment. Hopefully that was helpful for you and you can feel more confident in your next English conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check the link below for the free book we're offering. See you next time.